Definitely.
All right, so let's call the meeting of September 8th, 2022 to order. Jesse, have a roll call, please.
Mayor Siciliano?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani?
Here.
Councilmember Achara?
Here.
Fisher?
Here.
Notice requirement for the open public meeting for this meeting has been satisfied. A copy of the annual notice is sent to the Ezra Press, posted Town Hall, followed in the office of the municipal clerk on September 9th, 2021. Just a reminder, this is a workshop meeting. They are televised and taped and recorded at a later date, so this will be on YouTube, so mind your manners, of course. Always like to let folks know in case they forget. All right. So we have today, we have a guest here, so Gene, I guess you're here because there's an ordinance on the agenda?
I don't think so, no, I just had some questions about the ordinance here.
All right, so
Is that all right?
you guys mind if we go right to our guest?
Absolutely.
Gene Armstrong,
Okay.
from Armstrong Tree Service.
Yeah, I was just going, well, the new ordinance is supposed to be contractor's registration, and I don't see that anything's been done about that, and we were supposed to get placards. And then on the actual tree removal application, it says landscape or tree service. But the main thing that should be there, that you have to have the state license. And there should be a place for the state license. Anybody, I mean, I know there's a couple people operating in town that do not have the state license, and that is the number one thing.
So it's nowhere on there for the license number?
Right, there should be, and I don't know that, you should even have landscaper, it should be, tree service with a state license. And then, in the ordinance, we were gonna have a contractor registration, and I don't see that that's been done at all. I know a lot of towns, you go to Jackson, you can go right on their site.
You can on ours too.
And you can see everybody that's registered for their town.
Oh, hang on, I just got this one.
Here, tree.
It's 23.
So that, yeah, I mean, it's not much.
Yeah.
Not-
No, I didn't know
But
they
I
put- I
figured-
didn't know they put it in this one.
I figure if I gotta do all this, I want everybody registered and have the state license. And-
Rightfully so.
So you see what he's saying on the application, leave a line for your state license number at the bottom.
Yeah, they definitely should be.
That would be a showstopper on some.
Does he have a sample or where's he showing?
Yeah, well, we have.
It's online.
It's on our.
It's on our
You should
website.
have- yeah,
I'll send you the
should
link.
have something up.
Okay, please do.
And the other thing was about the decals, the
Uh,
placards.
Yeah, I mean, well, technically, when you're registered, you would get a placard. But, I mean, I know a lot of towns, they want you to register. I don't think they give you placards. But you would go on their site, and you could see who's registered working in the town. I just know there's a lot of people working in town that are not, don't have the license. And of course, I mean, I am registered with the town. And then I have my mercantile license with the town already.
Okay.
And that's my only concerns. And
Is there a fee if you don't have a placard, or is it against the ordinance? I mean, can you be fined for something like that?
Oh, yes.
What's the fine? Anybody know?
2 trees.
not having,
Yeah, I don't know off the top, but it's in there.
You heard.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely a fine if you don't have the permit to
Yeah.
cut the tree.
Yeah.
Whether if you're, actually, it should be caught before they're cutting the tree, and that they should have the permit, but they shouldn't have gotten the permit if they
Yeah,
weren't
when you catch
registered.
somebody without a permit, there's gonna be a fee and then
Right.
multiple offenses, a municipal fine, go to court, the whole nine.
Can a homeowner take down a big tree?
They probably can, but they still gotta get a permit.
Yeah.
You gotta get a permit.
You gotta get a permit and they got to up to 3.
But if you're crazy enough to take down a monster,
They probably shouldn't. They
I
probably
would
shouldn't.
imagine they shouldn't,
They
but
probably should.
I think that falls under homeowner can do his own plumbing too, if he wants.
Yeah, right.
it's scary.
I think everything but electrical, right?
But the
Yeah,
main point
that's-
was,
okay.
That's
state.
pretty much it,
All right.
and I will leave.
Duly noted.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Gene.
Thanks, Gene.
Have a good meeting tonight.
Thank you.
See ya.
Take care.
See ya. Come back
Greg, you
again
want to
soon.
go over your project?
Yep. Okay. Number one on the list was Kepwell property. Plans were, because I told you last month, plans are complete. That meeting was moved to September 15th, which is next Wednesday, and for various reasons, but it was mostly because there was a complainer out there. We tried to satisfy their conditions, so we pulled it off a month. Second item was Joe Blair Park walking trails. Contractor's going to do that section phase 2 tomorrow.
Nice.
The
hold
only
up.
condition was he has to finish the whole thing in one day, because I didn't want to get open for the weekend. and he promises me he will do that by tomorrow. If he doesn't, he's gonna be out there first thing Saturday morning to finish it. So, but it will be done before the main load on the weekend.
Oh, good, 'cause I already put it on Facebook, I hope he gets out.
Damn. You're running Saturday?
Oh, yeah.
The 22 program, we're waiting for the DOT approval. We resubmitted the plans to them, and we're just finishing up some of the paperwork and specs. So when we get that back, we'll put that out to bid probably at the end of the month.
22 road program.
22 road program.
Did you share the list of the roads with us? Can you?
He has before, yeah.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'm sure I gave them to you, but I'll give them to you again.
For the 20, oh, you did?
Yeah.
I apologize if I missed
Yeah.
it.
I will send them to you again.
But that's something, guys, that you don't wanna put out there on social media because
Well,
you get audibles all the time with road programs. I think you know that, you don't wanna get burned, promising somebody that, you know, Main Street's gonna get paved and then
Yeah.
something happens and you can't get to it or whatever.
that's kind of what
Don't do
happened
that.
with Turner last year, because it was on last year's program, we had to pull it because the sewer authority decided to change all the laterals.
Right, so things happen last minute,
Yeah.
you'll learn not to post anything about road program.
Well, the county pulled all their equipment on West Park, but then did bring the equipment back,
Finish, yeah.
which was crazy, because I'm like, what do you mean? You got halfway.
Yeah.
And then the next one is 1515 Logan. We did our soil testing, soil borings and soil testing, permeability test. Bad news is we found out the water table is 3.5 feet, which is not great for the building of basements, and it's also not great for our water quality structure. So we'll probably be adding a little fill to raise that in there, but we'll work that out.
Okay.
And then we're also awaiting the funding issue to complete that, but we're moving along with that. The next item was the 5G system. I'm looking into it, I've been talking to their engineer, and they tell me that they've given me maps that show all the pole locations, and they've sent me several maps. I'm trying to go through them, but I'm still weeding my way through that, so by probably next meeting, I'll have a better answer, but I don't think they're there, but he says they are. Next item is the speed bumps. We talked last meeting, I'm not sure we finalized the idea, but what we were gonna do, we're gonna buy the speed bumps next March, have them installed in April at the 3 locations we spoke of. The DPW will install those, so those will be in for next May.
And what were the locations?
I knew you were gonna ask me that. No, one was on West
I
Lake.
would be doing my job.
Yeah, one was on West Lake,
Lake,
one was on
Lake,
Poplar
not
Lake,
West.
or on Lake Avenue, right. One was on Park Boulevard, and the other one was on,
Applebee?
No, Applebee was a fourth.
yeah.
Did we, Alaire? Did we make, did Alaire make it?
Alaire wasn't on it,
No, not
no,
doing
because that was just paved. We didn't
Bimbler?
want-
Did we take Bimbler off?
No, what, that's the one, it's Bimbler.
Bimble, yeah,
Bimble.
Yeah, Bill, yeah,
Bill.
yeah, because that was that
Yeah.
issue where we were.
Right.
Yep.
That was, yeah. Okay, next one is 21 program, that's kind of in full speed. We've got Seward, Oak Knoll, and Holbrook are done with the concrete work. He's it's about 30% of the way done with the concrete work. He will be starting Deal Road, that's a nighttime paved, there'll be daytime work, but nighttime paved. And he's gonna start working on that on September 19th, it'll be taking about a week.
And that's 18 to Greenbrook, or Green Grove?
No, that's Logan to Whale Pond.
Logan the Whale Pond.
Yeah.
And we're gonna skip over,
Well, that's one thing I want to
Project.
talk to you about tonight. One of the things that we did with the DOT funding is because of the road, the intersection improvements, because of through 35 and Steel intersecting the development there.
Stayed away from that part.
Yeah, we want to stay away from that part, but it turns out I looked at their plans and they're only responsible for paving the north half of that road. I really didn't want to pave the south half because it's still going to get torn up by all the construction work going back and forth on it. But one of the things we have is we're about $90,000 low on the bid because we took that section out. So since it's free, I want to put that section back in just the south side. So we'll pave the south side and what happens, happens, and hopefully it'll wear the storm. If it doesn't, we'll make them repave the section that they destroyed. But since it's free, I figured no sense in not doing it.
Yeah.
Because they will not let me extend it further to the east on the section we're doing. So I'm gonna go back and put the western piece back in,
Okay.
okay? That way, and then when they get done with theirs, and they probably won't be done for a year and a half, but once they get done, they'll pave the north half of that road, it'll come out pretty nice. Okay, the next one was 1001 Wickapeco. We abandoned the first idea we had. We met with the golfing expert about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, I guess, and came up with a scheme. We're now getting together all of our cost estimates, And we'll have all that for the next meeting, what those are, we'll get them in so we can get that in funding. My guess is that funding will be in the next year's budget to finish all the improvements on the building. Because really what's happening now is with the way they need to lay out, it's more of a gut, the rest of the building, than it is to have to refurbish anything in there. So we'll gut it, we just gotta fix the HVAC and then the lighting, and we also got the roof to fix. You know, because we only did a temporary patch originally,
Right.
but that building needs a new roof. So that, those will all be part of the estimate, we'll put that in next year's budget.
Okay, then what's the, are you still planning on having an indoor golf?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we figured out we could fit 4 bays.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Three
wow.
kind of in the backside, and one of the things the guy was telling us, it's nice to have a private room. It turns out when you walk in, the first room on your right is perfect for it. It's a little wider than he needs, but perfect length, and it's all enclosed and has a door. So it's kind of perfect for that. So we'll have one private bay for instructions and lessons,
Yeah.
and the back 3 will be for public use kind of thing.
Is there room for any kind of like food or anything?
Yeah, what's gonna happen is we're gonna have the 3 bays, I guess, will be facing east. The whole back side of that will be like a bar.
Or? Oh,
Like, not really a bar, but like a bar situation, a half wall with bar stools on the backside so friends can watch and talk and have fun. And then the hope that behind that, and a little further to the north, will be the large room where we're gonna put a cigar bar. And then outside of that, we can put a patio where we took down the rest of the building. So we'll put a patio for outdoors for like this time of year and then into the early spring.
When did the cigar bar come in?
Yeah, we talked about it while you were sleeping.
Yeah. It was a room we didn't have anything to do with, and the idea.
While
of-
While we're on the golf course having cigars.
Cigar bar. I should have. BYOB or no? Can we do that?
I don't know, I imagine that's probably.
Well, we can get a
possible.
club license. It's still available
That's,
to
that's being investigated.
municipalities.
Yeah.
It came up when he said bar, so.
Yeah, I'm a half wall. And then some other things on the list, the bike lane on Roller and Rose, actually bike lane on Roller, that's actually going from Sunset to Roller. That's part of the 22 program. The bike lane on Monmouth, we're waiting for Monmouth County to put the new speed limit signs up because we can't have the bike lane in with speed limit over 35 miles an hour. They did pass their ordinance, so it's the matter of they have to put the signs up before I can put the bike lane in.
Curious to see if people stay in, and boy, it was rough this year.
Yeah, I know, but the problem is they ride 3 and 4 wide, they don't ride single file, which is the way you're supposed to ride. Most people are
The
riding.
professionals
socially.
do, but
Oh, no, even most people you're supposed to ride, even you'll see kids like you're riding on a sidewalk, they gotta ride in single file. And they just don't wanna do it in the street because they got a little more room.
Right.
That's what they're supposed to be riding.
You put that
We'll have
sign
to
up.
have signs that come, please stay in your lane.
Yeah, you need like
In your
the,
bike lane, yeah.
the police sign that says, you know, single file, whatever. Change the culture a little bit.
That's one thing we'll probably have to do a little education, maybe even throw something on the
Yeah.
website, and newsletters and stuff.
Keep telling them.
Next item was the sidewalks on Wickapeco from Donna Court to Darlene. That's in the 2022 road program. The next item, let me skip over that one. Crosswalk at Monmouth and South Lincoln, that was, we talked about the county. I think the chief went to the county about that. I'll double check with the chief, but he I think, made that inquiry with them. Soil testing, I believe that was regarding the ponds.
yes.
Okay, soil testing, I submitted a proposal, got to get another proposal approved from Ricky for funding. There's plenty of money there, but I got to get it approved. That's the test fireman's fund. The last time I was in, the guy told us that the testing was outdated, it got new standards, so I have to get that retested. And once we get that approved, you can get that done in a couple of weeks. You know, test it in a couple of days and get it approved through the lab in a couple of weeks. And that completes the list.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
No, it doesn't. Stop it. There's more. I look at it. There's 5 more. Come on.
And that opportune phone ring. The next one was the Poplar and Willow crosswalk. I think you had Deal and Willow, but I think it's Poplar Road and Willow Road crosswalk. That's a
Yes,
cross-
I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's, we applied for a ETF grant for Poplar this year. We should be finding out soon. That would really be all part of that, because we don't want to put that in and get a road program and have to go, you know, tear it out and repaint it again. So that'll be done with the grant application.
You
Okay.
said that's a state road, Poplar? Or they have that right of way
Yeah.
between the 2 roads?
It's kind of, we've claimed it was a jug handle because they didn't have, you can't go the other way and have 2
Yeah.
jug handles, but they kind of disagreed with us.
Uh-huh.
So but we'll see how much money
It's
they
still
give.
ours.
Okay, still ours.
Yeah.
All right.
next one was, well, the 1001 we talked about. Sidewalks on Park Boulevard. This one, we've kind of abandoned it
Okay.
because the school is not gonna be there anymore. We were gonna try to go for the grant because the daycare center was gonna be there, so we were gonna go for a grant to get sidewalks on Park Boulevard, saying everybody's gonna walk to the daycare center at 1550 Morgan.
Okay.
But now that that's gonna be gone, the grant application won't work for this.
You know what you could do there, it's so wide, I put it in the bike lane thing, connection,
The,
Park Boulevard.
oh,
wide
yeah, the
street.
bike lane, yeah, okay.
And that would suffice. I see people walking the babies all the time past
Yeah.
my house, but plenty of room on the road.
Yeah,
They'd probably feel more comfortable if it was at least striped.
right, okay, that's a good idea.
And it's a good conduit anyway to get to
Yeah, because we have it on both of
Wiki,
those two roads.
and then the Wiki to Corleans to the ocean,
Yeah.
you know?
That's a good idea, because that's what we were gonna try to finger through there. We're coming down Corley's to Wickapeco, so,
Yeah.
all right, that'll work.
Yeah, that way they have the chance if they wanna make a right, go down Wickapeco to Sunset.
Yeah.
That's a short hop.
Mm-hmm.
Usually people bail out into that neighborhood anyway, south 195.
Right.
After taking when I take a bike ride, I usually go that route. Then I jump on Sunset by the bridge.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that'll help us complete the loop. Okay, and then the second to last thing was the 420 bound. I think the lady, it's kind of deceiving because she actually lives on Lambert Johnson.
Got it.
It's part of the road program. Her sprinklers were all torn apart because they were right next to the curb.
It was the hedge. She was the one that.
Well, the hedge was the first thing we saw. She was happy with that.
Oh, good, okay.
The sprinklers were her biggest problem.
I didn't realize she
Yeah,
didn't
they
bring that
were
one
all
up.
torn up because they were abutting the curb.
Okay.
So we kind of had to tell her they're on township property, but she didn't care about that anyway. But those are all totally fixed.
Cool.
She's happy.
Nice, thank you.
You know what else you have, Greg? Make a little footnote of this, if you ever get a few extra dollars. From Powell Drive going north, there's a couple of homes, and, you know, they want to get to that little school down the road. They'd have to really just cross right up in front of their homes right now. But if they can have a little sidewalk just to Powell, you're talking 3 or 4 homes.
Okay, sidewalk on one
Sidewalk to
side.
Powell Drive from those homes.
Yeah,
Then
I've
they can
walked
jump-
up there from
Then they
Wayside.
can take it all the way in front of the school and cross.
Yep, it's a
You're
good
talking about
idea.
going to Wayside School?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a couple of outlier homes, because they were built
Yeah.
before the town was, while there's still
there's some
farms
old
back
homes,
there.
yeah.
Right. There's
Yeah.
a couple pieces missing.
But didn't you say we're doing something with that corner on Deal and Bound? We're gonna try to make that a little more user-friendly for the
Take it
kids
to
to cross
Dynamo.
over?
Yeah, that's all part of the 22 program also. We're
Yeah.
gonna take that big sweeping right turnout and make it a true 4-way.
Yeah,
So, because that's the problem, that it's hard to put a pedestrian crossing there, because everybody just flies going
Yes.
north and then going west on Deal, it's just,
because I think those kids wanna walk to school, you know, especially on nicer days, but it's dicey over there.
well, we had a group of them come in, they actually
Yeah.
live in the neighborhood there, there's like 6 or 7 of them came in and talked to us,
Yeah.
and we're saying,
That
is
was
there
a young
anything you can
lady.
do with that?
Yeah.
That was kind of the driving force for us
Okay.
to do that.
Yeah.
Do we have any intention of sidewalking down Deal Road, like from 18 down to
Yeah,
Bound?
from Century, like
We're
from
trying
Century's
to-
property.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're actually, right now, we're part of the grant, well, we can, do a grant application for access to schools from, I always keep forgetting the name, but that first.
Carberry, Hartshorn?
Hartshorn there,
Yeah.
that's up to Bound.
Okay,
But we also have an application from the DOT for the road, the pedestrian crossing sidewalk on Route 18 ramps.
yeah,
So if we get that crossing, then we can go from Poplar all the way to Bound.
well, that would be great.
Yeah, because that sidewalk and development on the corner has to put the sidewalk in from there across the firehouse. So it's just across 18, we gotta get it.
Mhm.
And the bridge already has sidewalk on the north side.
Right.
It's just the ramps we gotta get across.
Gotcha.
So once we get across them, and then we do got a dicey section after you get the last ramp on the west side, it's kind of the southbound ramp coming off 18.
Oh, I know,
It's the drop off there is
Yeah.
pretty bad, so we're gonna have a retaining wall for a couple hundred feet in there.
gotcha.
Probably about 600 or 700 feet, so that'll be a little more expensive, but that will get the sidewalk all the way to Bound.
That'd be cool.
Okay, and then the last one was Rolling Meadow Sidewalk. I think you mean the crosswalk across West Park Avenue. This was like about the 4th or 5th one down from your list.
Yeah.
I skipped over it.
I think that was the sidewalk to nowhere, that never got finished.
Because I thought you talked about putting a crosswalk across there, but yeah, there's.
I didn't, but
Okay.
that one's not me.
Okay.
This was the one that was the sidewalk to nowhere that got, and we didn't have enough money in one program, so I don't know if that's ever gotten finished.
Well, are you talking going north or south?
I'm talking going on Hope, on Green, I guess,
Yeah, no, it's Hope,
Hope.
but it goes both ways.
All right.
One goes to Pine, Lane, and the other goes back towards West Park.
West, the one to West Park,
So
was that
here's
ever
the
finished?
thing, there's private property there that's being sold,
On the corner, right.
and then they'll put the sidewalk.
Yeah, we were gonna get, we were held off, and I talked to the people at Rolling Meadows about that, because they wanted sidewalk there, and I said, we're gonna wait for these guys to develop this, so we don't have to replace it.
Okay.
I think it just went under contract.
How many acres is that?
Not big, but it's enough to
But
put
it's a
like
big
a little
corner.
small plaza for the
Yeah.
use of those folks.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
a
it's
plan I would like to see would be like maybe a small pharmacy, you know, you got senior homes here, senior homes there.
Sure.
Maybe a little rook or something, like a coffee shop, newspaper stand, that kind of thing.
Is that what they're doing? It's gonna be
That's what
commercial?
would make sense, you know, rather than like a bank or something. Or even
But
a
they're
small
doing,
bank.
they're doing commercial, not
They-
residential?
No, I think it should be commercial. I don't think they can do any residential there. It's kind of tight, it's not as deep. I mean, I don't think it's worthwhile doing residential, you're not gonna get that many units there.
Yeah. Plus on that corner.
If you're on the corner, so you got double setback.
Yeah.
But a commercial piece that satisfies the needs of those folks would be perfect.
That was all I had.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
Was that tied in with you two, Dave, D2?
I got a couple. Ron Kirk, our Director of Community Development, is looking at amending ordinance 2111, which will take the site plan out. That will create a better situation for us. If you recall, we had that issue where, I forget the gentleman's name, but he came to the meeting and said that it wasn't public noticed because we had a little loophole in the ordinance that says site plans, amended site plans didn't have to be
Didn't have to
noticed.
be in there, right.
So he's asking the council for your blessing and approval to remove that, so we don't have that loophole anymore. This way the notice would have to be done.
Got my approval.
Bingo.
I'm not the only one, but.
Rob says it's good, it's good.
It's good, it's good. And then the second one's great news. As you know, we completed the BJ's jug handle. We did it, and we charged the ownership, and they have paid.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
What?
Okay,
Shocker.
Holy moly.
it is over.
10 years? 11? How long is that?
Did you put a clerk of the work
How much?
on
I'll
top?
I'll look for the champagne
7 at least.
at my desk later.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
That's incredible.
And he paid in full, which is amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
That's it. I got 4 real estate deals and
For
property
those, right.
transactions for executive session.
Okay. All right, anybody else have anything? We'll go around the horn.
Greg, Cindy Lane, what's going on up there with the property?
Instead of going this way.
Well, you went anybody, so you didn't, it's not like you went around.
Okay, does anybody, you gotta listen, anybody have anything, we'll go around this way. Hey, you already- you started, we'll go the other way.
Go ahead, I don't care.
No, you're on. You're on.
Crap.
That one-
Greg was still talking, that's why I kinda,
Interrupted.
yeah, didn't get a chance to even get it in. Dave went right in, so. Cindy Lane,
That we're waiting on, we're in the process of hiring a new LSRP.
we didn't get that yet.
No, we're just, it's in the process.
Okay,
Yeah, but that's, once that's
We're
done, we
close,
can,
though.
yeah.
We got somebody identified.
you got somebody identified? Okay, cool.
We know we went that way, Dave.
I'm good.
He answered all my questions, most of mine were those.
Nothing here. You have anything, Jack, before we go into closed session?
Not in particular, I was just, I read in the paper you're considering a new career.
Possibly, I might have to retire.
Yeah, where's that stated? Do you have any status on that yet?
Well, I won't know, it's probably the mid to end of October.
Oh, okay. I didn't,
So
I
I'm
must
still
lose
here.
that part. Okay, well, I was a little surprised. I'm disappointed, but what are you gonna do? You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
I wish you all well.
I appreciate that, thank you.
Thank you, Jack.
All right, Jack.
See you on the boardwalk.
Be careful going down the stairs.
Yes, I will.
Get in the
This
elevator.
is, it serves my purpose to go up and down the stairs and curbs. And the rest is to remind me that I'm not 29 anymore.
Yeah.
That's more important. I went to the cardiologist today, he gave me another 1,000 miles of others. Get the oil change, recycle the tires, and I'm all set.
Don't pay your bill, it'll give you more time.
There you go. I hadn't thought of it, it's a good idea.
I only pay
Thank you.
$10, all right, you got till December.
Thank you all.
All right.
Take care, Jack.
All right, whereas Section 8 of the Open Public Meeting Act prevents the exclusion of the public from the certain circumstances and the body is of the opinion that circumstances exist, resolved Township Council, Monmouth County. Public shall be excluded of discussion upon hearing after specified subject matters, litigation, personnel, and litigation. All in favor, aye?
Alright? D8.
Okay. All right, good evening, everybody. We're going to call the meeting of September 8th, 2022 to order. Jessica, has a roll call, please.
Mayor Siciliano?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani?
Here.
Councilmember Achara? Here. Donlin? Here. Fisher?
Here. Everybody please rise for a pledge of allegiance, and then please remain standing for a moment of silent prayer thereafter. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. The notice requirement for the Open Public Meeting Act for this meeting has been satisfied. A copy of the annual notice was sent to the Asbury Park Press Coaster, posted in Town Hall, and filed in the office of the Municipal Clerk on December 9th, 2021. One. There are two exits, one to my left, which will take you out to the front parking lot, one to my right, which will also take you out to the front parking lot. If you have a cell phone, we kindly ask that you turn it off. If you have to make a call, go out into the hallway. All meetings are taped and archived and posted on YouTube and on our channel 77 and YouTube Files 22 as well. Just be mindful that you are being taped when you come up to the microphone. Before we get any further, I'm going to go down the line for the council reports. John, do you have anything for us tonight?
Nothing.
Marge?
Nothing to report.
Dave?
Yeah, I just want to remind all the residents that school just opened this week, so I want everybody to be careful out there. Watch the drivers, watch the kids walking to school, and of course, just be mindful that school is now open.
Beautiful. Thank you. Rob?
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Good. Dave?
No report, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, and then from our law firm, anything from legal?
No, sir.
All right, two things I just want to say on a good note, a positive. Our dear friends from the museum, the Marge and also Paul Edelson, who have been volunteering and working tirelessly for the township for well over 50 years. At any rate, they were nominated and will receive the Jane Clayton Award this year from the county, recognizing their efforts in preservation and preserving the history of Ocean Township. So that award will be given to them at the county on October 1st. Of course, I'll be out there and any other representatives, but we're honored that they were receiving that award. Well earned, well deserved. These two people they don't stop, along with several others that helped them out, but they've been recognized, and we really appreciate that. On a more sadder note, a more morose, switching gears here, we say goodbye to a lifelong resident of Ocean Township, a member of the planning board. He's also the mayor's designee. Pete Ciano died suddenly a few weeks ago, right after his 45th high school reunion, which he loved so much. So we say goodbye to Pete, and we send our regards and our Godspeed to the family, the surviving members. Okay. With that, we have anybody from the audience have anything as relates to our consent agenda and or our resolutions, not on an ordinance. An ordinance will be heard later. If you have anything on a consent agenda only, now will be the time to come up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, because we're a microphone and you won't be heard if you shout out from the audience. So just your name and address first.
Sure. Katie Williams, 1203 Franklin Parkway, Wanamassa.
All right, Katie, what do you got?
So I just had a question for Resolution 2 about 1515 Logan Road.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to ask what the subdivision is for?
Sure. So we're planning on, we've had many iterations for that building, things that we were going to do and wanted to do. And the last, of course, was trying to incorporate something with the kids and the Project Extend and whatnot. But to do the modifications as required by the states to have young children in classrooms, which requires bathrooms and height requirements for certain elements, became cost prohibitive after a while. So the next highest and best use is to demolish the building and create 8 single-family lots that conform with the zone in there in that neighborhood. And that's what we're going to do.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Anybody else has anything on the resolutions or? No? Okay. With that, we have a consent agenda and minutes for May 12th through August 4th. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second. Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Napolitani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes, resolutions 22-157 through 22-163. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second. Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes, individual action, we have vouchers in the amount of $15,022,115.33. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes, for individual action, quite a few. We have resolutions, thanks Jesse. 22-164, award the contract for the following bids. Sheet pile bulkhead wall on South Edgemere Drive to the Marlboro Inc. at a cost not to exceed $271,117. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes, 22-165, authorizing a contract with Leon Slovakian Inc. for the engineering services related to 1515 Logan Road subdivision at a cost not to exceed $50,000. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes, 22-166, authorizing change order number 1 for the drainage improvements at 12 Carberry Road, awarded to Mesoracola Excavating Inc., increasing the contract by $4,560. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes, 22-167, approve the extension of the installment payment plan for the property owners who have not remitted their installment for special assessment as confirmed May 13th, 2021. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes, and we have a 159 here. So 22-168, Chapter 159, resolution requesting approval to amend the 2022 municipal budget by inserting items of revenue and appropriation in accordance with NJSA 40A:4-87. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes, 22-169, authorizing the cancellation and refund of real property taxes paid for a totally disabled veteran. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Great. Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. 22-170, authorize a refund of tax overpayments for the following properties: Block 140, Lot 12, Block 2504, 33, Lot 4, Block 182, Lot 14, and Block 35, Lot 73. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. 22-171, authorizing the cancellation of taxes for 2021, refunding or crediting the tax overpayment resulting from New Jersey State Tax Court and Monmouth Tax Board judgments for the taxpayer. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. 22-172, authorizing the cancellation for taxes of 2022 and refunding or crediting the tax overpayment resulting from New Jersey State Tax Court and Monmouth Tax Board judgments for that taxpayer. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. And finally, 22-173, amending the interlocal service agreement between the Township of Ocean and the Township Board of Education for the employment of Class 3 special law enforcement officers. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
And yes. So tonight we have two ordinances, one for adoption, ordinance 2396. Jess, would you read the title, please?
Or an ordinance authorizing the private sale of non-conforming real property known as Block 16.01, Lot 8.
Okay. Someone please open the public hearing on ordinance 2396.
I'd like to make a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 2396.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. Anybody from the audience wishing to be heard on 2396, step up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Seeing or hearing no one, please close the public hearing on ordinance 2396.
I'd like to make a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance 2396.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. Action please on ordinance 2396.
I'd like to move to adopt ordinance 2396 and publish according to law.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes, that ordinance has been moved. For introduction only tonight, we have ordinance 2397. Jess, would you read the title, please?
Sure. An ordinance amending and supplementing ordinance number 2343 entitled, an ordinance amending the revised general ordinances of the Township of Ocean 1965 relating to personnel policies, practices, and procedures.
Great, thank you. Someone please introduce ordinance 2397.
I'd like to move to introduce ordinance 2397.
Second?
Second.
Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes, and that'll have its public hearing at the September 22nd meeting. At this time, Anybody has anything germane to Ocean Township business, now would be the time to step up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. Be mindful that you do have 5 minutes to air your grievance or your compliments. Huh?
Go ahead.
Anyone?
See him coming.
Grievance or compliment? Either or.
I hope this is the right time to do this. So we're here regarding ordinance 2274 regarding the special curb assessment, sidewalks and aprons.
Yes.
So the ordinance was passed in 2016.
Oh, sorry. Would you state your name and address?
My name is Erica Mello and I live at 15 Jerome Smith Drive.
Yeah.
And
We-
Jill
we
Keating,
wrote.
10 Jerome Smith Drive.
Spoke to by email,
Yes.
right? Okay.
So we both happened to purchase our homes after the ordinance was passed and after the work was done. It never came up in our title search. It never came up at closing. And then all of a sudden we got these bills in the mail last month. So we were obviously taken by surprise. Financially, we had not planned for these bills. This was something that the previous homeowners were aware of. I understand it's against the property. However, we're asking for you guys to provide special compensation with us for financing. We don't know if this affects any other members of the community, but we know it affects both of our families.
Okay. So it does, and it affects probably 75 folks who had bought after the assessment work was done. This is common throughout the town that we do the work. The assessments come a year or two after because we wait for the final bills, etc. But in between, you have that gap. I'm not pointing the finger at these title companies, but they can fill out a form for $10 to ask if there's any special assessments. We received none.
I checked with my attorney and he said there was no special assessments.
There was none requested either. I'm saying they wouldn't see it unless it was notated on our tax record, but there's another form that the title companies can fill out that's lodged with our clerk's office, and she said you hadn't received any of those?
Not since
But
2013.
that being said, we're aware that you came in after the fact, so if you need a special arrangement, we can do that. So I think the interest rate thing is going to be, we just discussed what we can do with that and kind of push that back a little bit and maybe extend the time payments, things like that. So,
Will there be a discount?
well, not so much a discount, but there will be an extension on the payment. So make it a little easier for everybody. How much do you know how much you're?
I'm going to get hit twice because I'm on Jerome Smith and
You got a
corner of
corner?
Lambert.
You got a
So
corner
I'm getting
problem.
25 now, and I'm sure it's going to be another similar bill after because my driveway's on the other side.
They all went out, didn't they?
No, not the.
No, they
not
haven't
the
done.
newest one.
They haven't
Okay,
done Lambert
gotcha.
yet. So
When you
one
do
thing
Lambert.
that you said though is that the assessments are usually placed on properties with 1 to 2 years. They weren't placed on within 5 years. So why did this take so long? And please do not say it was COVID because you
No,
said
no,
2018,
it wasn't even on my
2019.
radar. Wasn't on my radar. Just an error in, I guess, in filing. I don't have the real answer why it didn't get out there. Just an oversight. But
Okay.
we paid the contractor the $500,000. We gotta.
I think for my family, just because this was so unexpected, I have a young family, we just paid for a home in this crazy market.
Sure.
I would ask if you guys would maybe reconsider a price reduction of some sort. We do appreciate a special interest rate, longer payment terms, but would also ask that you consider that.
All right. Thank you.
Same.
Ditto?
Yeah, we were talking about it.
She did good.
Okay.
Yeah, she did good.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, for you.
Okay. Anybody else? No? Just state your name and address, Tom, for the record.
Tom Verocchi, is this good? Tom Verocchi, 246 Jerome Avenue. First off, I'd like to thank Rob Shera. There's a piece of Green Acres property where the old folks' home used to be on Skinner Drive. That was acquired, and I know that they spent a lot of money taking over that property, and it just had been neglected since Hurricane Irene, I believe it was, when it flooded. So I have some before and after pictures of what Rob did. I had asked him if he could mow the grass so we could at least access that and get in there without having to worry about ticks and all kinds of stuff on us. So I'm going to pass this around to the council.
Rob cut the
Rob,
grass?
thank you, Mr. Mayor. No, Rob didn't. Rob just made a request to the manager.
Oh, okay.
Now, let's not get carried away. Saw that coming a mile away, fellas.
What you gotta do, Tom, is call the office or
And
anyone.
it was great working with you guys and getting that done. It was done within a week. So my other question is, I have some more photos here. Is if we could maybe make that into some sort of usable facility, whether it be a dog park or just a little trail with the gazebo that's already existing
You
back
mean the
there.
9 acres in the back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe get like in the springtime like
I know where you're
clean
talking
up
about.
Yeah.
You know, maybe involve the Boy Scouts or something like that and build, you know, park benches or something back there, I think. Because as you can see, here's
This is,
photos of the debris and what the stream back there, which is actually a really nice stream to go visit. I'm sure there's some shark teeth or something in there.
Maybe.
So while you guys are looking at that, my second question is, what is going on with the deer management program? I understand that it was in review for another non-lethal program, and that you guys were going to do some aerial surveys.
That's what we're waiting on. They do those in November.
So there is a company that is going to be contracted to do the aerial surveys?
Yeah.
Okay, and if, like it most likely will be, not approved by the Division of Fish and Wildlife for a non-lethal hunt, how will it be going to be affected? Are we going to do nothing? Or are we going to keep working on the deer problem?
Weigh our options after that decision. One decision at a time, we'll take it from there.
Gotcha. And when should a decision like that be?
I guess
Probably
after we
springtime?
gather all the data, most likely early spring.
Okay. And I just wanted to pass around, there is, I'm sure, you know, I had watched the meeting from 2019 on this when Jody Powers was in here.
Mhm.
And this is something recently that had just come up in 2021 with Princeton.
Mhm.
Princeton adopted a deer management program. So if anybody would like to hold on to this or make a copy,
Mhm.
you guys are more than welcome.
What did Princeton do?
They
Lethal?
opted out of the non-lethal.
Trying to non-lethal, did the same thing in Saddle River, and that is the amended, they have very strict rules there. So it's certain designated number of people in the woods at a time. I think it's limited to 3 people, and they're like 25-acre pieces of property. So, and then another thing was about the Wells Park. So they said I had just got my county permit here. Obviously, Welch is not included in that, but I would like to see something being done about that maybe in the future for Welch Park, as they already seem to have a plan for it.
Well, that's county property. They want to.
They said that they've been going back and forth with the town for 10 years,
Okay.
and that there needs to be an ordinance change. So is there a possibility of an ordinance change?
We'll have to have another meeting with them then, if that's all it takes.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So
No
that's fine.
guarantees.
That's fine.
You know, our apprehension.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I just want to see something being done about it because
100%. The deer management has to be done. There's more deer now. The population, they have no predators and all that. Our town's a little unique though, Tom, and I think you know that too. We have homes. We're not like Freehold. Somebody has 9,000 continuous acres and go on. Nobody's ever going to see it. Not going to hurt. We have homes surrounding that 200-acre play park in any direction.
correct. I understand that. There's a
We have a
150
pool.
foot safety
We have
zone.
a park. We have all these things next to the Welch Park. I mean, there's area in the back of that 111 acres.
No, I know
Probably
that that's the
get
one their main concern was that there's a lot of areas back
A lot
there
of
being the
activity.
dealerships and on the
Walking
backside of
trail.
the Industrial Way, you have to be 150 feet within. And he said if that was to open up, like they said that they have a plan already in place.
Mhm.
Probably be carrying only. Nobody will leave their stuff in the trees. You'd have to
Yeah.
be in there and out of there the same day. And like I said, it's a very. Here's all the rules. This is my copy. So, but if anybody wants to take a look at this from the county as well, I'm more than welcome to pass it around to whoever
Appreciate
wants to
that.
see it.
Yeah, well, I got this. Somebody had already emailed this to me. Well, let me look at it. Okay, good, Tom. Thank you.
All right, that's
Yeah.
all I have to say. Thank you
Thanks,
guys very
Appreciate
much.
it. Thank you.
Thanks, Tommy.
Yep. You guys have a good one.
All right.
Too.
Anybody else wishing to be heard? Huh? More? Come on up.
Again, Katie Williams, 1203 Franklin Parkway, Massa. I have a question regarding Appleby Drive.
Mhm.
Is there any talks about putting in like removable speed bumps?
Yeah, you're number 4 on the list. We have 3 authorized for this spring coming up.
Okay.
Appleby was our 4th. There's several other alternate roads, so we had to kind of cut it off somewhere. Let's see how the first 3 work. And then Appleby's definitely one of the ones that were on the list.
Okay, great. And then my second question was regarding the property that's being developed on Logan Road across from the English Manor.
Yep.
From what I read, don't hold me to it, from Facebook, that, you know, it's some sort
Gotta
of
be
funeral,
true.
right, some sort of funeral home perhaps. And I was just wondering if there's a plan for overflow parking?
They've submitted all their plans to the planning board when they had their application. So Councilman Fisher here was on the application. They did supply ample parking, and then what's the overflow plan?
So, believe it or not, that road that's next to the English Manor is the township's road. So they,
Not Dorset, the one that's like kind of not paved,
It's like
it's
a V.
gravel, correct,
Yeah.
okay,
it actually looks like the parking lot of the English Manor, but it's
Correct.
actually a township road.
okay,
So there is a plan to do overflow parking there. There's also a plan with the police department to be notified anytime there's going to be any type of funeral, so traffic arrangements can be made. So it was quite comprehensive in the approval, so that everybody knows what's going on.
is that something that I can access somewhere?
Yeah, down at the planning department. Know this though, because it's a religious funeral home, they're strict on the rules of burial times and procedures.
Oh, right.
Never on the weekend, pretty much. It's going to be during the day before noon.
Okay.
So
Obviously, my concern
most
is,
of the traffic should, most folks will be at work. Some will be working from home.
Right.
Some will be home. So, but the minimal impact for that application.
okay, because on Logan Road, there's only non-parking signs,
Yeah.
like close to Sunset Avenue, there's no non-parking signs, like, and it's a tight turn there, and then obviously, because I live over there, my concern is that that overflow is gonna then follow into our neighborhood.
It might.
Yeah, we were pretty clear about that whole thing, especially if they know they're having a big funeral, somebody in the community who's a big person, they have got to work with us as, as far as traffic safety, all that stuff, because that's the last thing we need is, Route 35 backed up and, parking all over the place.
She's
So,
off of Appleby.
Yeah, so.
She's
Right, so I'm saying, right, like but I wouldn't be notified. The police would be notified, but I
Police would
could
be
come home
notified.
and there could be 100
No.
cars on Appleby.
Yeah, there'll be no night, operations.
But it's weekends, isn't it?
No, no
Just-
Saturday.
No Saturday for sure. Sunday.
Right.
Yeah, and Friday. But Friday's got to be. It's also a quirky day too. So.
Okay, but there's no, so I would have to get the final plans from the planning board to see.
You can.
Yeah, it's
From
all
the
been
pla-
approved. So yeah, it should be there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yep.
Welcome. Anybody else? No. Trish.
I
Hey.
know yours is going to be long, so I'm going to put the clock on for you.
Trisha Donovan, 161 Delaware Avenue. Again, I'm going to repeat my song here that we live on a speed raceway. Last time I was here, I said that the work that was done on the street slowed the traffic down. Well, that was a lie. People just barrel down the street. They don't stop. They go from one end to the other, and it's a cut through from 35 over to Monmouth Road. I was with my two grandchildren. They were on scooters. I was walking, and I almost got hit. I mean, they did not slow down. They did not move over. They just came through. It's a good thing my grandchildren were to the side. And I will keep singing that song until we get a speed table, a speed bump, a speed hump, whatever, or something's done. That being said, we had a lot of work being done on our road, in our whole neighborhood. Mains, water mains and laterals put in. And I was told, I'm not sure that this is true, but I would like to know, that the Township of Ocean only requires a utility company doing work they only have to pave from curb to middle of the road
center.
on the side that is doing the parallel to the curb.
Yeah.
Okay, and I was told Ocean Township is one of the only ones doing it, and it would be paved curb to curb if
Less than 5
some,
years.
if what?
If it was less than 5-year road opening.
No, if there's a certain department or certain agency that comes out and looks at it and says all of the laterals on the side warrant the paving from curb to curb. So do we have any information about that? Are we just
Yeah, that's
gonna-
if the sewer department comes in and they're doing laterals on both sides of the road or up and down the street. That's when you'll see that happen.
Okay.
That's when they'll go. They did it in Wanamassa, for example, and Interlake and Darlene, Jeffrey. All those streets were repaved as a result of sewer lateral work.
On my side of the street, they abandoned the water main, and on the other side of the street, they installed the water main, but they put laterals, water laterals going all the way up and down the street. Does that mean only the side that's gonna get paved is the one that has the main going parallel to the curb?
Well,
one quick, because I live right behind her.
Yeah,
So did we do curbs on Delaware?
We have curbs.
New ones?
No, we
Okay.
already had.
We're doing some down there. I can't remember which one.
Yeah, they
It's
were
on the
more.
Belmar,
were on,
whatever.
200 block.
Okay.
Well, and they were on
Belmar,
Belmar
Ampere.
and Chatham, I
Got it,
think.
okay. Go ahead.
Anyway, all
Mr.
right.
Mayor,
So,
I'm sorry.
Dave will check with our engineer. Typically, that's happened before also where the laterals cross the street and they're obligated to put a bigger heat patch on those because they settle, over the winter on the first patch, so.
All right, well, there are a lot of them, and Montana Construction did the work, and I happen to be, Chris, I'm at the bottom of the two hills coming down. Every piece of dirt, every square inch of dirt that was dug up, road dirt dug up from either side, has landed in the front of my house at my curb. I've called Montana, and they told me that they would, when they get to it, they will send somebody out they will send out a street sweeper. But I'm talking dirt along my curb line, this far out, and
Need a front end loader to get it.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I asked the guy, can you please just maybe have somebody with a shovel come out?
Yeah.
And they said, no, absolutely not.
Dave, will you put that down there?
Got it.
Yeah, because they
Thanks.
can't leave it like that.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks, Trish. Anybody else? No? Somebody make a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second?
Second. Achara?
Yes.
Donlin?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Aplatani?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes, meeting adjourned. Thank you all for joining us. Have a great evening, everybody.
She's not sure what it is.